Hi, this is Jamie and welcome to another big idea. We're still on lockdown. Are we still surviving? Well, this week I'm going to talk about collaboration tools. Things like Microsoft Teams, if you use Slack, WhatsApp, whatever type of collaboration communication tools that you're using. Are you having fun with them? And I've been investigating the last couple of weeks because my 8-year-old daughter is on, of course, lockdown from school, and they use Microsoft Teams. And I don't use it, but they do. So I had to be getting my head around it. It took me a couple of hours to work out what was going on and where assignments were posted, where the chat was, and really trying to get to grips with what it was and what it wasn't, where we could upload things. And I thought, yeah, we could start maybe, tweaking a few things on this. But I thought, no, do you know what we'll do? We'll do a little social experiment at home. We're going to leave all the settings on it at default. So all the notifications coming through, if anyone wants to call us, they come through, chat would be active. And I thought, well, let's see what would happen. How would my daughter work with this technology? And lo and behold, the same problems occurred that we do for most of us in our work, in that she kept getting distracted, kept getting interrupted. People pinging her little messages about wanting to chat. Can we call later? Are you free now? And this was really taken away from her mind from her assignments. And an album which came to mind for me for this was Dido's album from last year, Still on My Mind, where our attention gets fragmented because our last conversation or our last thought is still on our mind. As Cal Newport says in his book Deep Work, we have this attention residue. It's still there in our minds from the last thing that we did, so we can't be fully focused and in the zone from what we're doing right now. So what we're going to do this next week after the Easter holidays, we're going to start playing with some of the controls there and turning off the notifications and restricting the chat to certain times of the day, a bit like what we do with Inbox Zero. Decide particular times during the day and maybe strategize forward and organizing phone calls with friends, which is important at particular points in the day. So we'll probably set it for those chats maybe for lunchtime or just after what would be a normal school day, kind of 3-4 o'clock, and see how that works. We're going to play around with it and see what works. I'll chat with my daughter about what we're doing and see if she agrees to this and see if it works for us, and then we will report back with the findings of our experiment. So of course that's with kids, and with adults, we can control those notifications. And take my inspiration from Janet Jackson with her Control Remixes album here, that she called this album Control, or original album Control, because she wanted to take control of her work and her creativity and her relationships. And of course I like the idea of remixes, that we can take control but also kind of mix things up. And we don't have to have notifications that are off all the time or on all the time. We can change them and maybe have notifications for particular people that we want to make sure that we get those messages through from them. Ones that we can wait till later is maybe hide those away as well. And by doing that, I took another bit of inspiration from a band called the Stereophonics and their last album, great album called Kind. We need to be kind to ourselves. The reason for doing this, so we can be fully in the zone with what we're doing and doing our best work and being kind to ourselves without blowing our heads up with so much information coming at us. And of course, by doing that, sometimes we think we're not being kind to other people by kind of hiding away. But, we are really, because that means they can get on with things. And actually, people usually work out the answers to the things by being left alone rather than pestering you all the time for these things. And, we can be kind both to them and to us, not being available all the time, and them kind of appreciating that and going away and working out, see if they can solve those problems themselves as well. So there's a little bit of a few ideas for you with regard to collaboration tools. Let me know in the comments about how you use them and how they work best for you, and maybe with Microsoft Teams and with kids' work, how you're getting on with those things as well. And I look forward to seeing you next time for another big idea. Stay safe. Cheers.